talk about Everything That Rises Must Converge, a short story by Flannery O'Connor. Honestly, I both really hated and enjoyed this story. My first reaction was to throw up. Or to throw something. Was a bit abrupt, to be honest. While I didn't love the mother, I felt extreme emotion about her passing out or dying? Question mark. The story toyed with my emotions. I felt sympathy, pity, and frustration for both the characters. Julian is the know-it-all college kid who comes back from a liberal education thinking he knows everything, but he doesn't. He is so in his head and in his own thoughts and minds, escaping the world instead of doing anything about it. He manipulates his mother and the situation, and he looks for intellectual African Americans to prove a point to his mother, instead of actually physically doing anything about the racist issues in his country. He doesn't truly care or make a change. Instead, he just focuses on being right, and he's not that much better than his mom is. At least that's what some people would think after reading this. Julian's mother is also quite racist, although she represents older, more traditional racist opinions, thoughts, and perspectives. While her actions are different than her son's, she clearly acts quite racist towards others out of fear and ignorance. Her actions are motivated by her fear of change, her fear of those different than her, and out of ignorance of the true equality of character between human beings. I was left with a lot of questions. Understanding the racial context and tensions, how does the ending affect the meaning of the story? Is the ending meant to give sympathy to the ignorant? To say ignorance is bliss? Or is it functioning as a critique of something else? Or is it shedding light on her ignorance, showing it as her downfall? Or is it something else entirely? What does it all mean? These questions help us to think critically about the issue of racism, and if our actions, our anti-racist actions, are truly noble or if they're selfishly motivated. The story is a must-read because it does a fantastic job of criticizing and calling into question many different forms of racism, both inadvertent and purposeful. Furthermore, it presents the actions of the text in a way that leaves it up to the reader to decide and think critically about the characters' actions and what they mean. The story emphasizes the lack of action in the so-called anti-racist Julian, emphasizing the fault in both his blatantly racist mother and himself. The ambiguous ending leaves the reader thinking critically about the piece and the issue of racism.
I 10 out of 10 would recommend.